Hello, ladies and gentlemen, those who bounce in between. It's Comrade Dankey coming at you today with another video. I'm a little bit late to the party with this one. This was submitted 12 days ago by user Mobile Midnight, so thank you, Mobile Midnight. It says, "Hey Dank, a few days ago Vaush debated Sargon on capitalism versus socialism, and Vaush floundered hard. The whole 3 hours of it is just Vaush yelling at Sargon, failing to properly refute his reactionary bullshit. He tried his typical domineering tactic of debate, where he seeks to dominate his opponent through intimidation and mockery, but failed to do so, instead coming off as ignorant, aggressive, and easily triggered, as a Sargonite chud might say. Usually this works for Vaush, but it didn't this time. The moderators were chuds, and it was structured as a formal debate, making Vaush come across as petulant, arrogant idiot, even when compared to Sargon of Akkad. This would be bad enough on its own, but for the 20 minutes he actually spent arguing in defense of socialism over capitalism, he also refused to defend actually existing socialism, and managed to trash Tankies and Marxism-Leninism several times, stating that he dislikes the USSR, the PRC, and its apologists. I'd really suggest you watch it and respond to it, long and hard as it may be, as it is a perfect insight into the mind afflicted by an infantile disorder. It also has over 100k views and everyone's talking about it. So thank you very much, Mobile Midnight. I will watch this debate, but first let me respond to this comment. So there are a lot of people out there that say, oh, we shouldn't debate these people. We shouldn't debate chuds. We shouldn't debate right-wingers. And I disagree. I think we should, because we challenge them. We shouldn't be afraid of not challenging these people, not being able to pit our ideas up against theirs, because obviously their whole worldview is moronic. It's based on this sort of social Darwinist false hierarchy, toxic masculine construct that they've made. Honestly, they read too much Jordan Peterson, and they don't really have a coherent worldview. You start breaking down their beliefs on women, their beliefs on minorities, and it's very obvious that you're dealing with someone who mentally can't keep up, who, their ideas just cannot defeat ours. And I believe that, and I would debate that any day of the week. Capitalism versus socialism, there should be no debate. Socialism should win that debate every single time, and any principled leftist who knows anything should be able to win that debate in their sleep. The fact that Vaush couldn't win that debate with Sargon shows me that he is completely inept and unable to represent the left. Why people look up to Vaush and why they think that he's some kind of champion of the left is beyond me. Because everything that I have personally experienced and everything that I've seen from Vaush has been nothing short of a massive disappointment. You had 3 hours going back and forth with Sargon of Akkad, and you managed to do your, domineering, your mocking, your aggressive attitude, and it didn't work for you, dude. It sounds to me like he tried to do the same thing to Sargon that he did to me when I came on his stream. He tried to make it into a show. He tried to, induce some mockery. And I respect that. I understand that. You gotta give your viewers something to watch, but at the same time, when it comes to having a real big brain, big boy conversation, it's time to put the jokes aside and get down to the nitty gritty. And, that's rich coming from me, because I like to put a lot of jokes in what I say, but still, nevertheless. If I was debating somebody like Sargon of Akkad, you better believe me, I wouldn't be acting belligerent. Alright, I would try to present my argument as logically as possible, because we all know these conservative chuds, they eat up anybody who projects himself as logical and rational and reasonable. I am logic boy. Big brain, galaxy brain boy. That was an ad hominem, sir. That argument was ad hoc post ergo hoc. You committed a logical fallacy. You know, it's those kinds of people. It's those kinds of people that conservative man babies listen to, and they're like, dude, this guy is smart as fuck. He said ad hominem. He knows what's up, dude. So, in terms of should socialists debate right-wing chuds on YouTube? Absolutely, but it has to be the right people. We shouldn't let dipshits like Vaush represent the left, because he's doing a horrible job of it. If everybody in Sargon's camp goes around thinking, oh, this is what a socialist is, well then, he's done more damage, Vaush has done more damage for the cause of socialism on YouTube than Sargon ever could on his own. Sargon can say socialists are stupid all day, but it only takes one instance of somebody like Vaush going on Sargon's stream proving that Sargon was right about that to his fans, convincing them that he was right. The whole fucking house of cards falls down. And I know this for a fact. It only takes one dipshit to sink an entire movement. And somebody like Vaush is more than useless for the movement. He's actually harmful. Now, I don't have any qualms in saying that. I'll debate somebody that any day of the week. So, as far as him failing to defend existing forms of socialism and saying that, you know, these tankies and Marxist-Leninists and everybody in China and Russia, they all got it wrong, and I, as a enlightened Western white, you know, college-educated student, whatever, I know better than all those people. I know better than Lenin, I know better than Stalin, than Mao, than all these people. I am the master of theory, and all these so-called tankies, all these Marxist-Leninists, they are stupid. They are literally the same as Nazis. This is the big brain take you get when you listen to somebody like Vaush. And unfortunately, this is an attitude I've seen that is prevalent in the West. There's this sort of belief that, oh, the Marxism or the socialism of the USSR and China and all these other countries, that's not real socialism. They do the whole, you know, that wasn't real socialism thing that all the conservatives like to whine about. And rightly so, because it's pretty stupid to say to all the pre-existing socialist governments, regimes, and revolutions that have ever existed, oh, sorry, you're not valid. My conception of what socialism is, that's what real socialism is. No, my friend, it doesn't work like that. You don't get to reject all of these revolutions just because it's not squeaky clean. Alright, just because the revolution wasn't perfect and it didn't go exactly according to how it does in your theory, doesn't mean that the revolution was invalid, and it doesn't mean that the socialist country in question wasn't an actual socialist country. Strangely enough, Vaush was the person who whined against gatekeeping in the leftist community. What do you call this but gatekeeping? You're basically standing at the gate saying if you're a Marxist-Leninist, if you're somebody that's actually read theory before, you don't belong here because you're not a real, you know, socialist according to Vaush. You're just a LARPer. So Mobile Midnight also posted another comment. He said it's also worth mentioning the massive difference in outcomes between this debate and the capitalism-socialism debate that took place in 2017 with Finnish Bolshevik, Zexy, and Bad Mouse against Sargon. Not only did the socialists clearly state their case in that debate, but the capitalist side even conceded that socialism was a feasible economic system. It's like the difference between night and day, except it's the difference between the eternal science of Marxism versus market socialism, or whatever crap Vaush calls himself now. So you give links to two different debates. There's this one, the good debate between Finnish Bolshevik, Zexy, and Bad Mouse, versus Sargon, the academic agent, and Bantu Rhino, versus the bad debate between Vaush and Sargon. You say, God damn, the absolute state of the YouTube left in 2019. Vaush now has nearly 50k subscribers and is quickly becoming one of the most prominent leftist content creators on the platform. We are in some dire fucking straits. Couldn't have put it better myself, Mobile Midnight. If people like Vaush are being allowed to represent the left and speak for the left, then we are in some dire straits here. This is a person whose opinion is not worth listening to. And he can say the same thing about me, but the only difference is that you can go back to Vaush's videos and see several of the horrible shit takes he's made. You don't have to go very far. You can go in this fucking debate, apparently, and see some horrible takes he's made. So, we will be looking through this debate. Obviously, it's 4 hours long. I can't do a side-by-side commentary, but what I can do is listen to a little bit of it, give my opinion on it, listen to the rest of it, see if it gets any better from there. But 4 hours of Sargon, geez, that's a painful fucking listen to anybody. And combining probably my two least favorite YouTubers together in a video, this is a cancer video right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna give your boy Dankey, this is gonna give me some cancer watching this. I have problems with these two for different reasons. Obviously, Sargon is a reactionary chud. He sort of represents that skeptic bro, gamergate bro mentality combined with the Pepe the Frog 4chan, I'm just gonna troll the libs and trigger the libs boy. And honestly, Vaush just comes across as somebody who fancies himself a leftist, but really doesn't understand anything about theory, and just goes around fronting like he's some kind of a comrade, but really he'll throw any real comrade under the bus. So it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I will take a look at this debate, and part 2 we'll sort of break it down, figure out what's gonna happen here. But it doesn't look good, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned for that.